What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Soy Man Cave. I went through some podcast name changes. So when you hear me refer to the daily grind, that's because that's what I was originally going to call this. I think that's it. Enjoy.
What's up, Daily Grinders? Welcome to the Daily Grind Podcast, where I will be posting a new podcast every so often. That's the joke. Me and my friend were talking about starting a podcast, and we were kicking around title ideas, and he goes, the Millennial 8-Hour Podcast, and I was like, where we only post, they're only an hour long, the 8-Hour Millennial Podcast, where each episode is a few minutes. So yeah, I've been wanting to start a podcast. I want to do so many different things. Should I be making ASMR videos? Should I be making videos for the second channel so that I can build my career and make a solid income? Yes. Am I going to do this podcast instead because I seek novelty? Yes. I love novelty. I love new things. Dude, I also love trolling. Like I don't really troll, but like the daily, calling this the Daily Grind Podcast and my friend calling the other one the Millennial 8-Hour Podcast, like that type of trolling I think is hilarious. But it's like tasteful trolling, which is another name of a podcast, Tasteful Trolling. I have some things that we can talk about that are a little bit more like a peek into my life, and then I have some stuff that I just think will be fun to talk about, and I hope that you enjoy. Oh yeah, do I need to explain? Like, I'm just gonna ramble, and if you're into it, like right now, if you got to do the dishes, now wouldn't be a bad time. I don't need to tell you what to do. You understand a podcast. This is post-podcast Marno. I screwed up the beginning to this story. All you need to know is that everyone in 5th grade thought I was gay. But a friend came over that had never been over to my house, and I had a Hanson poster up. Like, he came over to play Nintendo 64, and he brought over Killer Instinct, which, go fuck yourself. Killer Instinct is the worst. It was the worst combat game. Mortal Kombat forever. But he came over, and he saw a Hanson poster on my wall, and he made sure to... Oh, you know what? I'm sure some of you are pretty young. Hanson was a one-hit wonder from the 90s. And they had one song that was like, you can look it up. It's called Mbop. It was literally this gibberish. Like, the whole thing's gibberish. Are you familiar with Korn? The band Korn. I used to listen to Hanson and Korn, and they would have made a great collab because they were both always just talking gibberish. Jonathan Davis was the vocalist of Korn, and he would always be doing like that was a bad can I cut this? So there was a Hanson poster on my wall, and he made sure to report this back to everyone in my elementary school, and from that day forward I had no friends because all of children in the 90s were homophobic. I was just being me, man. I just liked Mbop, and it ruined my life. I am over it, but also fuck those kids forever. I was recently talking to Kiki about how there was only one time in my life that there was like 3 times in my life where I punched someone in the face, but there was only one time where I beat the shit out of someone, and it wasn't just me. It was for good reason. There were people. Me and my friends were closing up a bar. I was just drinking. They worked there, and they were closing it up. And when we were leaving, 3 kids were stealing my buddy's bike. And so like when we left, it all happened so fast. Like, I didn't even know what was going on, but they were stealing this bike. And 2 of them were able to hop on their bikes and get away. And the other one was on foot, so he was running, and we ran after him. I don't really know why I'm telling this story. I don't really care. The point is that it was the only time that I beat someone up, and it was deserved. And the point is that I was telling Kiki that like punching someone in the face is like eating ice cream, because you're like, no, 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 I shouldn't. And then you do, and it's delicious. And I wish I knew that when I was in elementary school, because I would have punched all of those homophobic kids in their faces, which is not true. Like I said, I'm over it. I'm over it. No big deal. I don't harbor resentment for every single one of those kids. Like I just had to cut out a part because I said the kid's name. Don't want to dox the kids that I no longer hold resentment for. You know? Breathing is the best. And I don't do it enough. I don't think that, dude, it's anxiety. If you have anxiety, then you don't breathe enough. It's just like a thing. Also, go to therapy. If you have anxiety, therapy is awesome, and it takes forever. Okay, that's a lie. It took me a few therapists to find the right one, which like you'd think like that's not how it works. Like you just think that like a therapist is going to help you, but like you have to find the right one. It's like a relationship. Going to the therapist is like getting a fresh haircut for most people. Not for me, it's like instantly growing out my hair a little bit. Going to the therapist is like instantly growing out my hair a little bit. I was recently thinking about Kanye West. I mean, I'm always thinking about Kanye West, but like recently I was specifically thinking about how he got Kenny G to play for his wife for his anniversary that one time, or for their anniversary or whatever. And does Kim Kardashian even like Saxophone or Kenny G? Like what? Why would he do that? I'm like, probably because he's Kanye, but like, dude, I love absurdity. I love absurdity so much, but like, nope, never mind. I was going to say that there was something wrong with it, but there's nothing wrong with it. That's so funny. That's so funny that he did that. Like Kenny, like not like, it's so weird because it reminds me of like someone doing something like not out of their own will, because like it just seemed like the way that Kenny G was surrounded by candles and like little roses. It's like in out of frame. I just imagine someone with a gun. Like, I mean, like it wasn't that way. I'm sure that Kanye just paid him a fucking $1 million, but like that, it's just so ridiculous. And I like, imagine Bill Clinton playing the saxophone instead of Kenny G for Kim Kardashian. And he's like, this one's for you, Kim. You know what? First, let's smoke a blunt. You want to smoke a blunt? Me, Kim. Kanye, get out of here. Me and Kim are going to take this one to the dome, and then I'll play her sexy ass off. So stupid. Oh my God. Dude, what is it about Bill Clinton? I find him so funny. He's high all the time, right? Or no? He's probably high all the time. After he was playing the saxophone for them for their anniversary, they all went out for a picnic afterwards. Breathing is so good. Do you want to talk about how I got into YouTube? It's a long story. Yeah, fuck it. Let's talk about that. So, when I was younger, like before there were streaming services like Netflix and Hulu, I would pirate stuff and I would just watch stuff on my computer. So like I don't want to be like I was one of the first people, but like I was fucking one of the first people to just like watch everything on the computer. This is like 15 years ago. Everything, like I remember I started watching 24. That show 24, Lost. I don't know. I would download anything. Anything that I saw that was like popular, I would download it and I would watch it. And that was the only reason I'm bringing that up, is because, you know, skip ahead 5 years or so, when I moved out of my parents' house, I would I was living with one of my skate homies, and we would just so at that point I finally got like an HDMI cable where I could take my computer and hook it up to my TV, and we would just watch YouTube videos. So me and him and whoever came over would pretty much just pass around the keyboard and watch whatever we wanted on YouTube. It would be like mostly skate videos. I do remember that one day, it was like I was like 22 years old, and my friend he put on Epic Mealtime. Or he might have just, honestly, I think he just sent, that doesn't matter. That detail does not matter. Listen, this is a learning process, okay? I don't know why you're getting mad at me. I don't know why I'm pretending like you're mad at me. So my friend put on Epic Mealtime, and it was so like that. Like I just remember it so vivid, like the feeling of like it just being so unique. Like I was like, there's nothing like this yet, and it was so funny. I was drinking so much at the time, and the first video that I saw of theirs was like drunk pancakes. Like they're like the line from that video was, "We're getting drunk on pancakes," which is like, as a 22-year-old drunk, that's fucking hilarious. Like now I just rewatched that video to see if I still thought it was funny, and I did not. I did not find that video very funny. I mean, I get it for the time still. Like that sucks how some things just aren't timeless. No, it doesn't, because that makes timeless things awesome. I take it back. Whatever. So I watched that video, and I remember at the time that I was like, to me, it didn't feel like it was DIY. Like I didn't understand that. Like I was too young to like, and I wasn't involved in the internet enough to realize just how DIY it was. Like I was like, these are professionals, was basically what I was thinking. And I didn't think anything of it. So like at that time I was making like skate videos. It was just like little edits for me and my friends. And it was so much fun. I loved doing that. But I remember the whole time, like I bought my camera without the intent of filming skateboarding, but I didn't know what to film. So I just filmed me and my friend skateboarding. But then we also filmed us like, getting drunk and goofing around a ton as well. Like we basically filmed vlogs, but like I didn't know that that's what that was. Like you're just filming for your friends. And everybody loved those videos. I remember like my friends were so disappointed. Like I removed them. They're all privated right now. And I had a few people that were disappointed. Those videos there was just a little bit of ignorant stuff in there that you just don't want for the public these days. Like I could definitely cut around some of the ignorant stuff, but like it's just not what I want people to see of me at this point. So what was I talking about? So then I moved in with a friend who would watch YouTube all the time. He would always be laying on the couch, either playing video games or watching people play video games or watching like movie reviews and stuff like that. And I remember him being like, me and my brother used to watch this stuff all the time when we were kids. Like I wish that we made this stuff when we were kids, because then we would be big now. And I was like, why don't you just make it now? Like, why don't you just start doing it now? And he was like, it's impossible. It's too saturated. It'd just be impossible. And I was like, don't do that to yourself. Like, why? Such a shit mentality. Don't do that. I mean, I didn't say that to him, but like, it's hearing that kind of stuff from other people. Like, that's what the seed was in my head. Like when someone goes like, you can't do this, or like, it's not going to happen, that like, just, that makes me want to do it even more. So whatever, that was like a little seed, but it still wasn't the catalyst. It wasn't until it was only 2 years ago. I was working at Whole Foods. I was miserable. And I was like, I got to get out of here. I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel. But after all this time, I still didn't really understand communities. I didn't realize how many people were making a living off of YouTube. And I remember a coworker of mine, this is so cheesy, but I remember telling him, I was like, I'm going to do YouTube. And he was like, I'm going to try, I'm going to do YouTube. I was like, I'm going to try. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try to do something on YouTube. And he was like, if anyone can do it, you can. Which, like, it's just, but like, there was something about him saying that made me feel very, like, I was like, man, thank you. And he also showed me a Casey Neistat video. It was the first time I ever saw anything from him. And it was called Do What You Can't. And it's like a motivational. There's nothing motivational shit is always cheesy, but for some reason it resonated with me. It was very much like, teachers and parents will tell you that you can't do it. You don't have enough money. You're too stupid, blah, blah, blah. And then, YouTubers just go and do it anyway. And it's like, that's literally like the same feeling, like what everything that Casey Neistat was saying was the same feeling that I got from my friend saying like, nah, you can't, it's too saturated right now. It's impossible. There's something in certain people that you hear that kind of thing and you're like, nope, I'm going to do it. So then I was filming vlogs because I wanted to be Casey Neistat, because that's what you do. You see something that motivates you and then you start mimicking that person. And it took me way too long. It was each video. It was a huge learning process. That was one of the most important things that I think I ever did, was try to film those vlogs and edit those vlogs, because I learned so much. But it didn't feel authentic either. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know. But I wasn't able to figure out how to film a vlog that felt like myself. So then at that time I think Vine was just about to end. It was the middle of 2017. So I don't know if it was already over, if it was just ending, but I loved Vines. So then I started making really short, like meme type stuff for Instagram. And again, I didn't understand it at all. I did not understand the internet. I was not in it enough. I was always very much focused on myself rather than like what everyone else was doing. So that was one of the most fun times I had, because it was just all comedy, all short. I loved doing that. You think of an idea, you make it immediately, and you put it out immediately. So much fun. But I still didn't understand the internet. I still didn't understand like marketing yourself, and it was still just kind of like stuff for friends. It was like, here's this funny thing that I did, and 100 people are going to see it, and that's it. But then I don't know exactly. You know what? I saw an Ano ASMR video. That was what made me do an ASMR video. Was I saw one of his, and I was like, oh, this doesn't need to be just like an intimate thing. Like to me, they're all intimate. To me, that's what makes a good ASMR video is some level of intimacy. Even if you're just making sounds, it's like you're just making those sounds for me, that kind of thing. But there was still like this level of playfulness to his video that made me go, oh, I can make a video like this. That's like a little bit more playful. That doesn't feel, that I don't know. That just felt like I could do it. So then I did. It was in January of 2018. I made a video, and I remember getting the first few comments, the first few subscribers, and that was the social media spiritual awakening of like, I get it, I understand communities, I understand keywords and titles and stuff, and I don't like talking about this like marketing aspect, but it's just a part of it, so whatever. I immediately, like, it was, I don't know if it was the first 5 subscribers, the first 100, it doesn't matter, but I went to my boss and I was like, I'm stepping down. I am going to, pursue this. And that's literally, that was it. It was the first week that I was like, I'm quitting my job, or like, I'm stepping down. I was at Whole Foods, and I was a manager at the time. And I was like, I just want to stack pears, dude. I just want to stack pears and make YouTube videos. And even if I never grow and can't sustain a living on YouTube, I would much rather do the mindless work at Whole Foods and then also make videos, because it just felt like that was going to be a more fulfilling life. But for that first 6 months, it was crazy. I would work 40 hours, work 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then come home, spend 2 seconds with Kiki, and then make a video. And that was pretty much every single day for 6 months. And like, honestly, it was fun. Like, there was a little bit of emotional turmoil there, especially like not spending a ton of time with Kiki, but like it was I don't know. It was fun. It was like I was able to work 40 hours and put out 4 videos a week at that time. I wasn't editing as much as I am now. And then even for the rest of the year, I still put out like 3 videos a week. But yeah, I mean, it only took me 6 months, and then I was making enough money to sustain a living, which like I don't need a whole lot of money to do that because I am a scumbag for the most part. So yeah, so I've been able to live off YouTube for nearly a year now, and there's never been a job that I've ever had that I don't see myself ever getting sick of it, because it's like you get to make new shit whenever. The worst thing for me in the world is doing the same thing every day. And even though you're making videos every day, there's so much variety and so much novelty that I could do this forever. I could do this forever. And I hope that I do. I hope that I have some sort of hand in entertainment forever. Dude, one of my favorite things about ASMR is that it makes other people cringe. Like there's only like you either get ASMR or it makes you uncomfortable, and making people uncomfortable is fun. That's not why I do it. Obviously, I do it for the people that like it, but it's just an added benefit. It's like when you do that has to stem from being a kid and like wanting to fuck with your parents. I can't think of an example, so I'm not going to try. But that's also why trolling's so funny. You're just a little shit. You're just an adult little shit. So my friend was talking about the production of an album recently and like how good the snare was or something. Like it was like the best snare of any album. And I was like, I don't care. If a song doesn't make me feel good immediately, on to the next one. I don't care about it. I don't care about a snare. A snare drum? Does the snare drum, dude? Nah, I'm just fucking around. Production's great, but I love albums that are old. I love the first album of every band because they're just like not trying as hard. They're just fucking around, and usually the production's shit. The other day I was driving and someone was walking across the street real slow, and it was like a weird timing, so I had to slow down. And he like looked at me, and I could see there was like a little bit of frustration because I was kind of close, and like I waved him across, and he continued to walk really slowly. And this was at like 7:30 in the morning when there was a bunch of traffic. So go fuck yourself. Why are you doing that? I understand being confident and like, but no, go fuck yourself. Why? If you're walking across the street, you shouldn't be. Ever. You should never be walking across the street. It should always be a brisk pace, if not a jog. Especially unless it's like 4 a.m. If it's 4 a.m, fucking you can crawl across the street, dude. But at 7:30 in the morning, when a bunch of people are going to work, you're an asshole. You're a piece of shit. Okay, I'm getting a little intense there. But like, remember remember when I was talking about punching people in the face and how good it felt? I'm a soy boy through and through. Okay, but every time I see like an alpha dude that I can tell, because like I know that dude. I fucking know that dude. I know he's the type of person that like, I don't know, confidence is like, why does it feel so often people are either confident, like if you're confident you end up ignoring people and their shit, or you lack confidence and then you care more about people. That sucks. Why? Like, it would be great to be confident and care about people. That's what I'm going for, at least. But that guy can suck a dick. Fucking don't walk across the street, dude. You can walk across the street if there's you know who can walk across the street? Bill Clinton. If it's 7:30 in the morning and you're trying to get to work, Bill Clinton can walk across the street with a saxophone and a blunt. I wouldn't want to punch him in the face. Dude, one of my goals is to meet Bill Clinton, and I don't smoke weed, but I will smoke weed with him. I got anything else to talk about? I'm a little bit nervous about this. Dude, this is Limitless. I'm drinking a Limitless drink. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I really like sparkling water. And this Limitless is a sparkling water. It's basically a LaCroix with 35 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like a tea. It's like a green tea. It's like the caffeine content's like a green tea, but it's as refreshing as a sparkling water. Do you want to know the story behind me loving sparkling water? I used to drink 10 beers a day, like light beers. I drink like the worst possible light beer that existed. And then when I quit, I needed something to replace that. And that is the story of how I started drinking sparkling water all the time. Because light beer sucks and so does sparkling water, but they're also both awesome. They both, you know? What is that about sparkling water, dude? There's so many people I don't need to lie to myself. It's not delicious. It's because what is delicious is candy, and sparkling water tastes like 1/1000th of a piece of candy. So therefore it is not delicious. But as adults, we like to, I'll speak for myself. As an adult, I like to trick myself. I tricked myself as a kid too. I want to talk about music more. I should come up with segments for this podcast, huh? And have like a 5-minute segment about music that I used to listen to. Very self-indulgent, but I mean, whatever. I hope that you're interested in it, but if not, that's okay. Excuse me. Igor. Okay. This band is all over the place. And I don't know, can I play stuff without getting sued? Like, I don't care about the money at all. I know that this, like, my podcast won't be monetized on YouTube, but can you, like, on podcast apps and stuff, can I, like, if I'm reviewing it, I think that that's acceptable, right? So Savage Sinusoid is an album by Igor. Igor is with 3 R's. And my friend showed me this band, and I cannot describe to you how goofy it is. It's the perfect combination of like so many things. I was reading about this guy recently. He's from Italy, and he was just saying, like, you know, he grew up listening to so many different styles of music, and he wanted to hear them all together. So he's like, I'm gonna put all these together, and he puts them together so well, which is like what I want to do for my shit. That's I think that's pretty much what all creativity is, right? You take all of these different influences, you put it together, and then it feels like this unique thing. And when it sometimes it just works so perfectly. I'm just gonna share. That's how it starts. Bear with me if you don't like hardcore music. I promise that this is, oh my God, it's like you have to, whether you like a style of music or not, like I think that everyone can sort of appreciate how fucking goofy this album is. So yeah, it starts out with those screams, which by the like so I was reading about this guy and him, because there's one person who kind of composed this album, but there's a bunch of different people that work on it. And one of the things that I love that he said was that, like, he didn't care about what the person was saying. He just wanted a specific type of scream. And like, oh God, first of all, that resonates with me so hard, because like, that's how I've always felt. Like, of course, it like there's like I feel like the meaning or the lyrics to a song is like a bonus. Like, it's like extra special if they're dope lyrics. But like I said earlier, if a song doesn't make me feel good immediately, don't care about it. On to the next one. So for this to, like for him to acknowledge that, like, it's just about how it makes you feel. you know? And then so yeah, the whole first song is just like that heavy style with the screaming. And then it gets into I don't have the music vocabulary for this shit, but I just want to share it. I just want to share it. So like I don't know what Baroque means necessarily, but it's like operatic feeling to me. And so there's like Baroque shit and like a techno. Again, like there's so many different genre titles. Like I don't know what techno people call techno, like different things like trip hop or some shit like that. But there's Baroque, techno, metal, different styles of metal, like folk shit from Italy, chip tune. There's so much going on here, and for all of it to flow blows my mind. Some black metal. Let me see if I can find. That was just like some surfer riff. So one of the songs is called Spaghetti Forever. And I was thinking if I made an album, it would be Pierogi Infinity. Pierogi Infinity. Or if you're like from France, it would be, I don't know, Baguette Till Death. What else? Grease. Gyro. Let's look up Forever synonym. Gyro continually. Gyro regularly. Gyro constantly. I love it. You can do pizza perpetually. Ice cream incessantly. Okay. Let's do Igor. Bear with me, folks. I love you, by the way. I want to do so many things with this life. Okay, right? So he's doing the fucking accordion. That's how it starts. Accordion? What's that? Some black metal? I mean, I don't know. Blast beats? Crazy vocals. Middle Eastern instruments. More Middle Eastern. And then dude. Dude, I love that. It's like, he like fakes you out. He's got the chip tune going, and then there's like this super quick build up that you think it's going to go back into black metal, and then it's just more chip tune. So good. So that band is Igor. They're fucking... It's like, when I go for a run, I listen to like hardcore usually, but this has put a smile on my face. Usually like hardcore, like, I mean, whatever. I've listened to hardcore my whole life, so like I don't have like I'm not one of those guys who like, ugh, like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this and I'm gonna work out hard. It just keeps your energy up. And like hardcore to me, it's just fun. It's always fun, but this is like extra fun. Bill Clinton approved. Igor. I'm getting really hungry, and I don't think I have anything else to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed. I would love on the YouTube. So let me give a quick update. I'm going to continue making ASMR forever, for as long as people want to watch those videos. But I think I'm going to try to work on the second channel a little bit more. I want to goof around there, and I don't know, man. I want a lot. I'm trying to figure out just exactly what I want to do, which is like mostly like I really want to like my number, what I've been realizing is that I really want to spend more time with people. All of this is about people. And if I could work with other YouTubers, that's the goal. I want to start making commentary videos. It's just a big leap in what you've seen of me so far, but whatever. All right, I think that might be it. I feel like my energy levels are a little bit low, but that's okay. We're all in this together. I hope that you enjoyed in some way. Let me know. I would love to hear or see comments about anything at all, criticism or otherwise. I mean, I really don't like criticism, but that's okay. I'll just shove my feelings deep down. Deep down. Okay, love you.